That's right. It's kneecap biting with Smokin Jeremy B. Oh, Devin popped out and back in while a video was going. I didn't hear him beep in. How you doing, Devin? I got my
Good.
buddies Will Vogel of Sideline Sports and Devin Smith. And guess what? Both of them are Panthers fans. And Gun Guy comes in and says, my favorite sponsor, which is FTP. And no, I don't mean the florist. I mean, fuck the Packers. Patty Grimes comes in and says, what's up, Lions? Super Bowl 2024 lost wages. Keegan Eckerd's in and says, hey, guys. Well, let's get into this divisional round review here. What did you guys think of the early game on Saturday? What was that? God, I'm drawing a blank here. Was that the Eagles game?
No, was Chiefs Jags.
No, that was the late game, wasn't it?
I'm
Chiefs
sorry,
and Jags?
That was... Wow.
It was the early game, wasn't it? Giants versus Eagles was the early game.
I think that was like the late game.
Was it the late game on Saturday?
That was the late game. Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was Jacksonville and Chiefs. And you know what? That came down and it was a gritty game. And I said the Jags might have a chance to win, but the Chiefs would pull it out, but they wouldn't cover the spread. Yeah. What happened?
They didn't go with the spread.
Michael Huck says Bengals punched the Bills in the mouth. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen didn't do him any favors. That's for sure.
Chiefs Jags, yeah, it was a great game. Came down to the wire. Trevor didn't play that bad. This Jags team has a bright future. The Chiefs team is just so good.
Yep, it was. You know, the Chiefs. I said it would be a close game and the Chiefs would win, and that's exactly what happened. Now, I did not expect the Bills to lose in their house because the defense usually plays better, but the time of possession favored the Bengals, and the defense got gassed, and you saw a bunch of mistakes at the end of the game on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the Bills-Bengals game was really disappointed. I wanted that game
very disappointed
because Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen did not have a good connection with Stephon Diggs or Gabriel Davis that game. Like, Diggs and Gabriel Davis struggled majorly.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty bad.
It was
that
bad.
Being said.
But you know who went off? Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Joe Mixon had a game. Joe Thorough. I'm not calling him Joe Burrow anymore. I'm not saying Joe Burr. It's Joe Thorough.
Yep.
DC pops in and says, Jack Daniels, hell, I bought my flask to mess with my bartender for not being fast enough.
DC, I had a Jack and Coke the other day. It was delicious, and I thought of you.
If you'd have had it straight, he'd have welcomed it more.
No, it's funny because I think it was Bobby Jones, the famous golfer, said, why would you mix Jack and Coke, two good drinks, and you put them together and it ruins it? I like Jack and Coke, though.
But that being said, then we're going to get to the blowout game, and it absolutely was a blowout in every sense of the word. The Eagles, if for lack of any better words, humiliated the Giants. I mean,
you could say that.
What was that, 65-7?
Oh, no.
7, I think.
No, it was 60-something, wasn't it?
I have no idea. I gotta stop watching.
No, it wasn't 65.
I could have swore it was. I could have swore it was like 65-7. It should have been 102-7. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like, Saquon had 9 carries, 61 yards, played horrible. Daniel Jones had a terrible game. His QBR was horrible. His QB rating was horrible. The Eagles' defense is really good. They have 5 sacks on him. And the only touchdown in the game, everyone thinks, it'd probably going to be Saquon. The only touchdown in the game for the Giants was their backup running back, and that was Matt Breida. Of all people, Matt Breida scored their only touchdown.
Matt Breida is actually a very good backup, and he's been very underrated.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
he's came in and saved a lot of teams in games in the past in the second half due to injury for I think he played for the Bears when David Montgomery got hurt. He played also for the Vikings at one time and maybe even the 49ers if I remember right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And Keegan Eckert says news that Mahomes practiced, but do you guys think that will come into a factor for Cincy? You know,
No.
Mahomes is actually a very good pocket passer, and he's also one of the better ones under pressure. So I
Yes.
think he'll be
Yeah.
fine. And
Yeah, he was fine.
that O line is definitely better than what Cincy's has been all year. But Cincy's O line looked really good against the Bills. I was actually
Surprisingly,
impressed.
yes.
I was actually
Surprisingly, yes.
impressed. I mean, yes, he was
I was-
pressured a couple times. Oh, Devin popped out and back in again. Looks like you're having connection issues, brother. That being said, then we come to the Sunday night game. How about them boys?
How about them bums? Literally.
No,
Zeke
boys.
played
You got
horrible.
I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm gonna let their fans have their moment and me be respectful for a second. But Dak Cousins, man, in prime time, he just
That
sucks.
Cousins.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what? I'm sorry, Kirk Prescott. Is that right? Is it Kirk Prescott or is it Dak
It's either
Cousins?
one. I don't know.
Because I can't tell the difference.
Dak played horrible. Those interceptions were terrible.
I'm
Zeke
gonna call
played-
him by his first name and his middle name. Dakota Rain
Dakota Rain.
looked like a stripper on a pole and passing out the football to the other team like it was change for the dollars they gave because they wasn't that good.
Mhm.
Yeah, seriously. And Zeke played horrible, and Tony Pollard broke his leg. The only bright spot on the Cowboys was their defense played pretty darn good, and CD Lamb played really well. Other than that, the team played terrible.
Now, before
Terrible.
we get into the pick'ems, I want to get into a little trend I noticed because I've looked up the last 3 playoff games that the Bills have lost. In 2019, that was Lamar's MVP year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
And Ben Johnson popped in. Our OC says, I got some chip for their asses this year. I like it. America's team is trash. They are most likely they are the most likely America's hated team. Jerry Jones is a joke of the league.
You're not
I
wrong.
agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were ass. I
What
mean,
were you saying about the Bills?
anyways, over the last 3 years, the Bills lost to the Ravens in the wild card round. In the divisional round, the Ravens lost to the Titans. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
The next year, in 2020, Bills went to the AFC Championship playing against the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat them and went and lost to the Bucks and got humiliated in that Super Bowl in 2020, right?
Yep.
Last year, the divisional round, they faced the Chiefs. They lose in that horrible, heartbreaking overtime, but it is what it is. That's what happens.
Yep.
And they lose to the Bengals. That's happened the last 3 times the Bills have made the playoffs with Josh Allen as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is there is a distinct possibility that since he may lose and the Chiefs move on this year, and if it goes that way, and I'm going to pick it that way just because of the trend,
Yeah.
every team that beats the Bills loses in the next round. No DC tonight. I believe he's at trivia night, oogling over the trivia host and fondling bartenders.
Oh God.
And Gun Guy says, "Fuck them boys." Almost more than the Packers. I can give you that, brother. That being said, no, I got some very good friends that are Cowboys fans, and my heart broke for them. My heart broke for them because I know what it's like to get to the playoffs and go 1-1 or one and done, and that hurts so much. It really does.
Yeah.
But that being said, they ran into that buzzsaw of a defense that it wasn't old, it wasn't slow, and they didn't have a quarterback with cement in his shoes. throwing the
That
football.
defense is scary. You got Nick Bosa, Armstead, you got Fred Warner. That defense is loaded.
Not to mention, yeah, it's
Loaded.
loaded. And that secondary's good, not great. It's just good. But the
You
front
know what?
seven is so great, it makes
You,
them better.
I want to know
Yeah.
your guys' opinion on this. I think Fred Warner's taking like a Patrick Willis type of role in this team. He's a great linebacker like Patrick Willis was with the Niners.
Yeah. Totally
Um,
agree.
the league changed the overtime rules like 8 years ago to what it is now.
Yep.
And I don't think the Bills had anything to do with it. I think that was he goes, I want that playoff hurt. Amen. We deserved it because look at the stinker that the Seahawks put up against the 49ers. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh. The
I
Lions
Hey,
I,
were
man.
giving up
I
points.
think it would have been more competitive, and I think we'd have had a chance, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, why do I know what I call that last play that Dallas ran? That was the annexation of Puerto Rico from the Little Giants movie. That's exactly what it was.
Not wrong.
I call it trash. It's something that belongs in exactly what it was. Flag football.
Yep.
But
I
that's
think it was
exactly what
called.
that formation was. They lined up the one guy at center and the
Yeah.
quarterback.
They put Zeke as center.
As center.
Yeah, I just
I,
said one guy.
And I'm like,
like,
Oh, we got
why?
somebody else hopped in. Let's
And
see what
I'm
we
like,
got.
yeah,
Oh,
Zeke.
it's our boy Shannon.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Shannon.
Shannon, what's up?
I doing all right?
It's my
Yeah.
Bengal brother.
Yeah, we just got back from basketball game and getting dinner.
Uh, I absolutely agree there, Patty. I don't think we won, but it would have been a better game against the San Francisco versus Lions than Seahawks.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying our defense, the Seahawks defense was already starting to play worse.
Yeah.
They had that great start of the season where they were like, what was it, 6-1, 6-2, whatever it was, and then they steadily regressed. The defense got worse due to injury and poor play calling.
Yeah.
The offense started to lose its luster. Kenneth Walker was out for a few games, and they were on a downward spiral and won the last two games to get in.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Shannon, what did you think of the divisional round games? I know you're happy as hell your team won. You ain't got to
We're
brag.
happy
You
with
ain't got
the
to brag and
AFC
boast.
divisional. Pretty much I expected Dallas to do what they did in the playoffs. So,
Yeah, we all. I think
Yeah.
all but one of us. Didn't somebody say they thought Dallas would win? Who was it that said that?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
It was one of y'all, because I know
It
I
wasn't
didn't.
me. It wasn't
No, I
me.
didn't either.
Oh, it was in the chat. It was in the chat. I think it was Lion King that came in and said Dallas is going to win.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
great win for.
Did you guys watch Get Up on Monday to see Stephen A. Smith give it his his route to Michael Irwin?
No, I wish.
No.
No, I didn't get to see that.
He had a cup made up and it said a coffee mug made up and it said Cowboys fans tears right on it.
Oh no! Oh man!
Oh.
And Patty Graham, correction, NFL gave Seattle that
they
last
did.
game.
They
You
did.
know what? I don't care, but I do like the fact that there was more owners outside of Detroit that complained to Roger Goodell. And guess who was voted onto the competition board this year? Take a wild guess.
I have no idea.
Who?
Sheila Hamp, the owner of the Lions.
Uh,
So she's motioning that they do the same thing at the NFL that they've done in college, they did with the AAF, and they did with the USFL. Bring in the sky judge to overturn bad calls by refs.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Where you
Totally.
got and Richard Head, spot on. Dallas as a team played good enough to win. The problem is you have Dak, a $40 million a year QB who is arguably worse than primetime Kirk Cousins. No, it's Dak Cousins and Kirk Prescott. Get it right.
Yeah, come on, Richard.
We was. That's what DC says. She-Ra. King SJ comes in. That's Stephen King saying evening all. I'm getting feedback off of somebody.
Not me.
Ah,
I'm eating fries.
that could be it. That being said, here's the problem. Dak was paid well because he was a great person. He had one great year where they won a playoff game. Oh, look, Ian Rappaport giving the same report he did last week. Breaking news: Ben Johnson will not pursue other coaching jobs this year. Thanks.
That a week ago.
Yeah, I broke it before you did.
You lose. Smokin Jeremy be greater than symbol. Ian
No, I'm not going to say that. Ian Rappaport's awesome.
Nice.
Here he is. Man, you gotta stop buying that internet from Walmart, man.
No, it's McDonald's.
No. McDonald's works great. I've used it.
Does it really?
Yeah. King SJ says it's great to hear Sheila getting more involved with the NFL. No, I'm just saying I talked about it before he even came onto the chat, so he can say whatever he wants. No, what I'm saying is Dak was a great personality and a great person, did a lot around Dallas as a rookie, spreading what little bit of wealth that he had around.
Yeah.
And
they had chances in that game.
Not a great football player, but a good guy.
Wait, let me finish. I wasn't done. I had to cough. Sorry. Anyways, they paid him as a great personality and expected his level of play to rise to the level of his personality. But that hardly ever works.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
Well, hey, Richard Head, Romo had very similar stats to Stafford, but yet Dakota and Romo have the exact same amount of playoff wins.
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Oh.
And Patty Grimes, you must have the premium McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it comes with an extra large.
Rico Beard, breaking news: 9 wins isn't good enough. No, it isn't good enough, and we knew that. I said when we lost the Carolina game, that probably shot our playoff hopes in the foot. So,
what?
If the Bengals make it, they play one less game. You know, is what it is.
Yep.
I don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl. I don't even want to get into that. But I do want to get into who's going to win this week. Let's preview the conference round. We have the Chiefs versus the Bengals traveling to Arrowhead, which is a tough place to play. It is the loudest. They can say what they want in Seattle.
They're kind of loud. That's what I've heard from Seattle fans.
Yeah, Seattle fans, they made their acoustics to make it sound louder than what it is. Whereas Arrowhead is just friggin' loud.
Right.
I'm talking last year they had a game where it was at 138 decibels. And in that game, there was 12 delay of game penalties and 4 false starts.
Wow.
That right there is 160 yards. You can't be given a defense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's tough. It will be.
I'm still on the
I don't
limb about
expect it to
taking
be
the
like
head coach job.
So who do you
And
want?
I broke any chick fake accounts guy wanted before he did. King SJ says 9 wins isn't good enough, but a good step forward from 3 wins the year before.
You're not wrong.
And the last comment is Cincy, didn't they go in there and beat the Chiefs? Yes, they did. They are 3-0 versus the Chiefs so far. But
Yeah.
this team has got a better defense than they had last year. The game was minutely different. You can ask Shannon. It was a close game. It was a well-played game. There wasn't a blowout.
the only difference. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chairman. The
And
only difference I can see with the Chiefs is that a little bit better defense, and Isaac was it Pacheco, the running game
Pacheco.
Pacheco is a little bit better.
A little bit better. He's a lot of better.
Well, he's better than what they had. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but we also got a dinged up Mahomes too, so that might level out. Plus, our line's dinged up too. But anyway,
Hey. Yeah.
You guys are happy about 9 wins. Haha. Yeah, you know what? I've listened to your show and you talk about how 9 wins is a huge improvement from the year before, but it wasn't good enough. And I agree with that. But anybody that expected more than 9 wins, especially after a 1-6 start, come on now.
Yeah.
So
wait. Hey, Mike Valenti, you guys started off 5-1 and ended up with 9 wins. I'd be more disappointed with that.
So, how do you want us to go with the picks?
Oh, well, let's see. I think we should do the NFC side first.
Okay.
On the NFC side, we have the San Francisco 49ers and the number 1 defense going into Philly to face the number 2 defense overall and the number 1 O-line. And you have to take that into consideration. Against the same frauds we beat. Stop it. We beat you and we beat the frauds. We're better. And Richard Head even brings it up. And the Lions pulled the Giants' pants down in their stadium.
They did.
I've got the 49ers winning 30-27.
Who do you got, Devin?
Eagles by 3.
That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, Shannon?
Yeah, I'd say I think the Eagles end up pulling it out. I'd say the Eagles 3-3.
Yeah.
I got Philly winning a close one. I think it's going to be a little bit more than 3. I think it's going to be like a 4 or 5 point game.
Yeah.
I'm a lone wolf.
But I think it's not going to be very many points either because both defenses are so good. I'm talking like 23-18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richard Head says, fly, Eagles, fly.
Good.
King SJ says Philly wins a close one. And fake Jared Goff came in and says, I called Jameson Williams to get a workout in, and he said he's partying right now. You know what? At this time of year, everybody probably is. We're going to talk about that game in a minute here, Patty. Don't get ahead of yourself. I think both teams run the ball very well because they both have decent O-lines, but the San Francisco O-line does not match up as well versus the Phillies D-line as the D-line from 49ers matches up well against the Philly O-line.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Philly has the best O-line in the league. I think right up and in the top 3. I got Detroit in there too. I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know who was the worst 2 O-lines this year? Hands down, most sacks given up in the league.
No
Who?
idea.
They tied Denver and Chicago. Both quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson, remember, he played almost every snap. And Justin Fields missed a game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Both of them were sacked 55 times.
Unbelievable.
Now think about that.
Yeah.
We have the number 1 pick. Justin Fields will be a problem.
Whatever, Ryan.
As soon as you have five first-round talent on the O-line, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
49ers, second battle between Hurts and Purdy. Last time Hurts won. Now it's Purdy's time to come out with a win. I disagree. I think this is where Purdy finally starts to look like a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, most definitely.
I can see it.
Because you're not talking about the Bucks running secondary. You're not talking about Trayvon Diggs, who gets burnt so bad he makes Eli Apple look good. You're not. Yeah, I went there. You are talking about some very good guys, and if Jason Verrett could ever stay on the field for an entire season, the 49ers defense would be scary good in the secondary, but he can't.
That's true.
KC has to get past the Bengals before they even think about the Super Bowl. I'm not even.
What?
What are you talking about?
Nobody said anything about that.
No, somebody commented about it, and I said, "Hold off, we got to talk about it yet."
No, exactly.
Purdy started showing rookie signs last week. Yeah, he had the yips, but he still didn't make any big mistakes.
Right.
I don't understand that one. Purdy doesn't have to play well. The guys around him have to. Hey, that's true. And James Houston. Hey, Ryan Poles, that tackle you drafted? I'm his nightmare, buddy. Absolutely. You on one side, Hutch on the other, and hopefully a very nice DT in the name of 1 or 2 names that come to 6, either Jalen Carter or Brian Breesy. Either one, or say Howard. Either one will do very well to shore up this D line.
Should we go to the next game?
And the next game, and I'm going to start it with Will again because actually, I'm going to start it off. We have Cincy traveling to Kansas City to play in the loudest stadium in America. That's not a college football game. Because that belongs to the big house because of how many people they fit. But anyways, Arrowhead Stadium. And that's a tough field to play on. It's supposed to be cold. It's going to be snowy. It's the Midwest. You got no trees around that place to stop that wind, which is going to affect the kicking game. It's also going to affect the passing game. I just had this feeling that the trend over the last 3 years I mentioned, Ravens beat the Bills in the wild card, lose to the Titans in the divisional round. Chiefs beat the Bills in the AFC Championship, lose to the Bucks in the Super Bowl. Chiefs beat them in the divisional round, lose to Cincinnati in the conference championship. Cincinnati beat the Bills and signed their death warrant. They lose to the Chiefs for the first time in Joe Burrow's career. That's just my opinion. It's going to be a close game, though. Don't get me wrong. There is no blowout here.
No.
It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal, or whoever has the possession last wins the game.
Yep.
So I think Kansas City wins it. Let's see. 30-27. Will?
I got 35-30 KC. Sorry, Shane,
Devin,
I love you, man, but I still think
KC.
Burrow is a great game.
you got KC as well.
Yep.
What do you say the score is going to be?
27-29 Chiefs.
I know where Shannon's going because he's not picking against his team.
No.
Go ahead, brother.
I'll say 34-31 Bengals.
I'm on that 3-point one. I'm on that 3-point because these teams are too evenly
It's
matched.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's exactly how I think they do it here.
Wow, did you see Gun Guys?
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna put it up. Kansas City on Travis Kelce touchdown at the end of the game. That's what I thought. But Gun Guy comes in and says 41-10 Bengal.
I'd take that too. Well, I mean, everybody thought Buffalo was going to run rough shot
Coach
over the
Dan
Bengals.
Campbell, why the fuck am I not on Coach of the Year voting? Just enjoying my Bud side. You know what, Budweiser? I got you. You know what? If you'd have made the playoffs, you'd have got it. But losing in Carolina probably cost you that.
It's okay, Dan won. You'll win one soon.
Bengals got that extra bye. Yeah, that's fine. They can have that extra bye. Kansas City 31-24 by Pettigrew.
The night game's the Kansas City game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be. I wonder what the temperature is game time.
Richard Head says Gun Guy's drinking the Bengals bathwater. Jesus, man. 41-10.
No, you know what he's
What?
drinking? He's drinking DC's freaking Jack Daniels. That's what he's drinking.
From the decanter. The one that's been sitting there for 45 years and he hasn't cracked yet.
Yep.
Aged and really, really smooth. That's pretty much it. And
but I'd rather drink what you're drinking.
What?
Love that stuff.
Nectar of the gods. Mountain Dew.
It is so good.
I'd say what I used to say it came from, but I don't want to get banned on YouTube.
Oh, I want to hear it after we're done.
Okay. But anyways, as far as NFL news, Sean Payton is getting a second interview with the Panthers.
Thank you.
The odds are if he does not take the job, I have the feeling it's going to go back to Stephen Wilkes.
I want it. I love Sean Payton, but I want Steve Wilkes back personally. I like Steve
too.
Wilkes.
Yep.
They're not that fresh after playing the Bills. Trust me.
No.
I'm pounding the table for Behan Robinson, he says. Okay, fine. If he's in the second or third round, I'm all for it. But in any other news on the coaching carousel other than the second interview? Yes. No. Bill O'Brien has gone to the New England Patriots as their OC.
Hey, Jeremy, I don't know if you saw. Oh, go ahead.
What would the compensation be? Now, if Aaron Glenn gets hired, I think he's getting a second interview with the Broncos. If he gets hired by the Broncos, we get a third-round pick this year and a third-round pick next year.
Did you see yesterday, Jeremy, where on South Florida Tribune, Scott was talking about Bill O'Brien going back to New England? He's like, yeah, I'm going to steal Jeremy's line and say they got rid of Matt Patricia. Man, Jeremy got it stuck in my head now. He called him Matt Patricia. I laughed so hard.
Well, because I did it in the comment like 18 times one show, and that's what got him talking to me. It was on Inside the Pigskin when he was with Mel Fire and Steve Bellisari. And don't let Patricia close to Detroit.
No, he's probably not even allowed in the radius of
Oh,
his.
James Burgess says, teaching some nieces and nephews about the wonders of Robin Trower and Lindsey Buckingham. I just wanted to say hi,
Nice.
and we'd have kicked San Francisco's ass. Seattle was pretenders.
Love Lindsey Buckingham.
Why would you want the Broncos job? It's a dumpster fire. It's a head coaching job and a major pay raise. That's the only reason he'd want it. It would get him experience.
Yep.
And if that wasn't what you were talking about, if they get the second interview and they land Peyton, they want at least a first rounder, possibly two,
Oh
to the
gosh.
Saints.
Do you
So
see
that means the Panthers to hire Sean Payton would be giving up this year's number 9 pick and next year's pick.
Oh, I don't want that.
Me either.
That's rough.
But
Give me Wilkes.
if Aaron Glenn goes, the guy I would love to see who does a 4-3 with the 4-2-5 in his scheme is Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
He had that Bears defense
Is he available for interviews?
Yeah, he's available. That's who I'd want to bring in for DC.
Oh,
he's a horrible head coach, but he's a great defensive coordinator.
Here's another coaching news. Dan Quinn is one of the finalists for the Colts.
Actually, Jim Irsay nipped it all in the bud. He said he's bringing Jeff Saturday back on ESPN.
Oh,
Wait, Saturday's going back to the Colts?
Saturday's getting a full-time job.
When did they say that?
I heard it on the way here from on the way home from work today.
Wow. That's shocking. You think Frank Reich gets a job again?
You could shop at Walmart anytime then if you take the Broncos job.
Jeremy, you think Frank Reich gets a job again?
I think Frank Reich will either come back as an OC somewhere or a quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be a head coach anytime soon because that went downhill quick for him. He got a hold of Phillip Rivers as he's ready. Why do you want a guy that had the wheels fall off of our defense?
I don't even know who that is.
Terrell Austin was the defensive coordinator under Jim Caldwell.
Ooh, no good.
I mean, we went from 11 wins to 7 wins to 9 wins and stayed at 9 wins with his defense. I'm out. I'm out. And your defense went from first or third, however you look at it, in the league.
Yeah.
To 18th, to 21st, to 27th.
Ugh.
Now you're just a troll. Ben he's a way better offensive coordinator than Jim Bob Cooter was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
And I agree with this one. I'd rather give Kelvin Shepard a shot as DC over Terrell Austin. Absolutely. I totally agree. Kelvin Shepard, our linebackers coach, you bring him up and then on to the next one.
Jeremy, you think what's his name gets a shot somewhere? What's his name? OC for the Buccaneers who just got fired.
Oh, Byron Leftwich?
Yeah.
He got interviewed last year. He would have been the Jaguars coach. He was all but signed. But he told the owner that until you get rid of Balky, I won't sign here.
You think someone goes after him?
I don't know. I think somebody should jump on him and take him as a quarterback coach right now.
I would too.
I mean, especially if you're getting ready to draft a young quarterback. Indianapolis, listen.
Listen, yeah. Any college coach.
You got to have A-list money to bring in A-list free agents.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
and the build isn't complete yet. And what did Brad Holmes say last year prior to the draft? You do prove it deals and build your team through the draft till you're close, and then you sign your big name free agents. This isn't the year for that. We have $17.8 million in free agency, only $287,467 in dead cap. You're not. If you bring in Byron Murphy, which is a $7 to $8 million contract, you're not going to have enough money for Josh Jacobs.
Exactly.
He won't be available till 2025, which is a year after Goff's contract. But you don't want to bring him in and start him. You want him to sit behind somebody. I think we're going to end up drafting a quarterback next year. Right, which only adds $20 million, and you still got to have $18 million to sign 2 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round draft picks, and your third-round draft pick. Man, that was loud. Sound like your phone dropped, Bubba.
Yep.
Okay. King SJ says, how's the Kenny G contract treating your Giants, Mike Valenti? Time and a place to go spending. Oh, I know we got 122 million cap space in 2024. I already know when it is. Not 2023. This is 2023. We have 17.8. Trust me. Kenny G is lionized. No. You know what Kenny G is? He was a diva that didn't want to accept a 19 mil contract from Quinn and Patricia, which I don't blame him. He wanted out. And the Giants were stupid enough to sign him when he couldn't stay on the field but for 1 year.
Yep.
How does that 8 catches for 36 million sound to you there, Mike?
Overpaid.
8 catches over 2 seasons. Oh, wait, excuse me, 38 million, 38.6 to be exact. He got paid $19.3 million a year. It's averaging out to a catch per game played.
That's terrible. I could do better.
For less money.
Like he's pimping.
Yeah, most likely.
He probably is pimping. That's a lot of money to pay per catch.
Yeah.
Let's see. 38.6 divided by 8. Woo. He's making $4.3 million a catch. Man, I wish I would be that good. It's almost as bad as Beyonce. You heard about she did a show for a hotel that was opening in India, a private show for all the people that worked there and all the higher ups, and her husband, and her daughter was on stage for a number 2. $8.3 or a $4.3 million per catch. You can't make this shit up. But anyways, she got paid $24 million for a 1-hour concert.
Jeez.
And DC says, hell yeah, James, no pick. Lindsey Buckingham rules, even if it's the secondhand news. Yep, absolutely. Man, that's loud. Keegan Eckert says, Valenti, Kenny G is a real pimp player for Zach Wilson's mom when the Jets sign him.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I think Mahomes' ankle will be a bigger problem than people realize. It's going to affect his mobility and throws if it's still. Well, if you actually watched the game after he came back in the second half, he had some beautiful passes that he made because what he would do is actually hop in the air and throw off his front foot.
Right.
Smokin' Jeremy, don't wish you sing like that. Yeah, I wish I made that kind of money. 24 million for an hour. I'd sing one song every 5 years.
I would sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on repeat.
No, I actually sing.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. I haven't heard you sing.
Oh boy, you're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna find. I got it here somewhere. Just a second. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
If you want to just send me the link on Facebook, I can watch it.
Looking. Damn. Da, 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 da.
Guys, I'm gonna run. My phone's about dead. So
Okay, buddy.
Have a good
y'all
night.
have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir.
All right.
God bless. Hate when it does that stuff.
Keegan.
What do you say?
I can't even read the whole comment because of your logo.
Oh,
I'll just look it up later, Jeremy.
the only song he would sing is the Lion
Well,
song for
Steve.
5 years straight and still make 20 million. That Jaguars defense was one of the better ones in the league. I think they finished 12th in the league.
Yeah, they got a good young core there. I like that young guy, Foyese Ololukan.
Okay.
Wow, we're almost at
Okay.
an hour.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm gonna do something for you. Name it? No. And there's it. Okay. Y'all gonna see it right on show.
Yay.
All right, guys. Okay, let me get to the other screen now, and I will hit play.
I can't hear it.
Yeah. There we go.
What song are you singing?
I'll tell you in a minute.
What are you doing, Devin?
Huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was the Pig Gig Finals from 2010. And I placed second overall, and it was a total of 527 singers over 19 weeks.
What? What did you get? Do you
Wow.
get paid money or
Self high five.
what song was that?
That was Cold Gin by Kiss.
Nice.
We were the whole show was opening up for
Kevin, God, your mic's going crazy, dude.
yeah, it's like real loud, buddy.
It is. Okay, go ahead, Jeremy.
Anyways, it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So now let me go back up through the chat here and get everything caught up.
People see not trying to.
He goes, we will see. Not trying to take any weight from Mahomes, but it was the Jaguars.
Yeah, but the Jaguars are improved, Richard.
Yeah.
Very
Olicon is
improved.
27, but they have a nice York core with Muma and Devin Lloyd. And believe it or not, Muma was the worst rated rookie linebacker in the league.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And he goes, and the Jaguars defense who almost gave us a long TD to Chad Henne, a literal who from 10. Yeah, but that. And Keegan Eckerd says, yow.
Hey, can I say something? Don't you
Yeah.
dare question the literal nobody from Chad Henne. He went to the U of M. I grew up watching Henne. I was 13 years old. I love it.
Chad Henne just proved it's Henne Given Sunday.
Henne Given
Man, that stuff's loud, Devin.
Yeah, Devin.
Oh. My bad.
What are you doing?
Turn your mic down a little bit. There we go. What are you working on?
Hey, anything's possible, Jeremy B.
No, they said it right on ESPN. It was one of the top 10 plays, that little screen. And it was a screen pass, not a pass downfield from Henne. Get it right. It was a screen pass to Pacheco, whom turned it into a 51-yarder.
Yeah.
That being said, this has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin Jeremy B. This has been a blast. I have a couple of things to say about my sponsors. We have A1 Tire and Auto Repair, 3 locations to serve you. There's the shop in Cucaulin on Old Cucaulin Road, which also has TNT Auto Sales, where we have great used tires and used cars at a great price, and a great price on new tires too. Stop in and see us. We also have the shop on Broadway in Bay City, and we have the shop on Genesee in Saginaw. And Mad Lab Custom Creations, where you can get some gems. God, I keep forgetting to bring one of the mini helmets that Dan Leonard did for me. I have a custom. Yes, I have one of the enemy, a custom Justin Jefferson. It's got the drip style paint job.
Nice.
But it's gold on the top and it drips into the purple with the logo on it. And it actually has in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a
How much are
$250
they?
That's a $250 signature right now.
Yeah.
Dang, I wonder how much like Panthers player would cost.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Henne, you know what he does? He gets paid a lot of money to back up people like Pat Mahomes. That's about it. That's what he's getting paid. He's the
That's
you know
not a
what's
bad
funny?
living.
As a career, he's I think he's slightly ahead of Tom Brady in money because he was the last of those big rookie contracts.
Yep.
Because Miami was stupid enough to take him in the first round.
You didn't think he was first round worthy?
No, I didn't.
No.
No. I thought he was a mid-level QB in that draft. But that draft had a bunch of mid-level QBs and one standout. I can't even remember.
Like, let's see, was that the Liner class or was that the year after?
It was the year after Leinart. Leinart came out the year before.
Right.
Imagine screaming Leonard instead of Larry from Impractical Jokers. Yeah, and Dan Leonard, who has been on the show, is the one that does those custom paint jobs on the mini helmets.
I definitely.
Uh-huh.
Is it a website, Mad Lab?
It's a Facebook group. It's a Facebook group. It's called Mad Lab Custom Creations.
I'll have to hit him up.
Yeah, hit him up. Join the group. Tell him I sent you. He has breaks where you have a chance to win like a really expensive helmet for a cheap price. Basically, if there's 28 people getting into it, the cost is split on exactly what it is for 28 spots to make him like a 10% profit.
Do you have a Lions one?
I have I'm on Ross St. Brown. I have a Charles Harris, and I have a Barry Sanders.
Nice.
I have a James Robinson III. I have a Darius Leonard before he changed his name, so I think that one will actually end up being worth more in the long run once he retires and goes to the Hall of Fame. Because I think he's that good of a middle linebacker.
I'll take the James Robinson.
It's not cheap, but it ain't super expensive. I'd sell it to you.
My friend would love it.
It's one of the Eclipse ones where it's all black with the teal.
My friend's a
emblem, too.
Jags fan. He would love that.
Yeah.
I have one last thing
It's
before
just
we
under
get
$100
closer.
for that one because he fell off after injuries.
I have a signed jersey. It's not a real Clemson jersey. Of Travis
Yeah.
Etienne, Beckett certified.
Nice. I had a Beckett certified Michael Vick,
Uh-huh.
and I currently have a Beckett certified Billy Sims Offensive Rookie of the Year, thanks to my friend David Pike, who got me that when we went to Family Fun Fest. He gave it to me as a gift.
That's awesome.
It's actually inscribed 1980 Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's so cool.
All right, guys. I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay, see you, Doug.
Yeah.
Keegan Eckert says, I love when Jeremy says something cool. Will's jaw drops every time.
Keegan. Well, Jeremy's an awesome dude, and I hope to meet him someday.
The only thing I think that's really cool that's happened in my lifetime is I've been on TV 5 times. I've been in the newspaper
Really?
at 5 years old. And
What
I've
were you
been on the
TV
radio.
for?
Various news interviews. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and they asked me to be on TV.
Do you know this man? Yeah. I was on TV once.
And I actually have a video disc somewhere in my house where it's from when I got interviewed because I went to Toys for Tots to get
Nice.
my kid some gifts. And I was a little choked up, because somebody in Bay City donated $50,000 and they bought a crap load of toys. And I wasn't working at the time, so it really helped me to get my youngest son some toys for Christmas.
Nice.
That being said, this has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin' Jeremy B. For my guests, Shannon Gregory and Devin Smith and Will Vogel, thank you so very much for being here. Have a great evening. And you know what to do. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. Let's have some good football this weekend. No more of that blowout.